First of all, I'm not angry. I was like, we're already late. Hey, hi, howdy, everyone. It's Leo at Member Solutions on over with Chris and Sport. Hope you guys are doing great. Chris watched a video, and he understand it. That's fine. That happens sometimes. You guys will see the video later on YouTube. It's just a fun little video. That's all it is. It had the sending Master Chief in to help. The video I sent you isn't their video, and that's probably why you don't get it. I would have to send you the Warp Zones video, which would make the whole thing.
That's fine. But even without the song, like I don't understand what's going on. Like I lost the plot.
The song about Master Chief and Halo. Glad you came.
Even without the song in there, like whatever. Just do the collab. Post it on your channel tomorrow, and we'll see how it does.
Hold on. Say that again.
Post it on your channel as the collab, like we talked about. And we'll see how it does.
All right. I will schedule that out for tomorrow. There we go. Do you want me to accept that collab real quick too?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, let me get switched over. So to everyone here, we are going to be working on part 2 of Loki has a new mask. Part 2 might have a slightly different title. We can't make it too different, obviously, otherwise people won't know where it's at. But that video is doing pretty good. It's 36,000 views just on YouTube alone. How is it doing on the other socials?
It was already at 10K 2 hours in on TikTok. It is at 14,000 right now. At just over 3 hours.
I don't know if that's. I don't know if that's good or bad.
That's good.
That's good.
That's good. It's at 35 on Facebook. For reference, the video I posted yesterday is at 77 on Facebook after 24 hours. So to be half of that 3 hours in is good.
Okay. I didn't know on the TikTok side.
Yeah, and then Instagram is at. Not that it matters because we don't get paid there, but is at 9,600.
Hey, don't be smart. Like, hey, how you doing?
Hey, Alec, how's it going?
He's about to start his stream, so
cool.
Now, Chris, before we start, there's been a couple comments. I've only seen 2. There might be more about people buying that particular mask, that version that I made.
I bet you there's been a couple comments of like, where can I get that mask? And for each person who asked that, there's probably 10 people who would want it also. So the question is, what? Because it's the shape of a mask from a movie designed to look like Deadpool from another movie. So in no way do you own either one of those concepts.
And technically that's not even in the shape of Deadpool because I got I had started making the shape better and I was like I got the left side really good, but then the right side was really fucked up. And and my kiddo was like, you had it really good beforehand, which is this right here, because it was gray area. Can't copyright Loki because Norse mythology. Right. However, you can copy specific elements of specific things, like the mask is not actually a thing in Norse mythology. I can't take today. Speak to it. And so they have that trademark and copyright protected. However, it's that specific one, right? And so changing colors and stuff like that goes like, well, can you print this and can you sell it? Can you make it? It's always kind of weird. So here's how it boils down. Technically, I kind of can, but I'm pushing an envelope more than the fan art of Stitch.
Right.
And that's an envelope I'm not too comfortable. I already am. I'm okay with the fan art stuff, and that's kind of like a that would have to be like a limited edition. I print a few of them, and then I sign them. And because I sign it and I make it different, I make it different enough and make sure it's not associated in the sense other than a prop that was used in a video I did. It is now no longer I'm selling this as the Loki mask in this. I'm selling it as in the video that I did. Here's an autograph.
Well, you need to sell it as somebody saw that I had it and asked me to print one for them, and they paid me to print it for them.
Yeah. So I would have to get myself to near loss or less than 50% profit in that zone. And it becomes one of those things where I looked up, by the way, how much I should sell the mask for, and it would be about $60.
Yeah. Okay.
Because of the filament time.
So the answer is no. We can't sell
it. No, it becomes too hard.
Right.
Stop making R2D2. Oh, Red Dead Redemption. Why not? Like those videos pop. He should totally make those videos. There are entire channels that are dedicated to that, get millions of views, get millions of hits, and make a ton of money, to making content based off of sitting on top of a screen while other stuff plays and having the worst commentary possible. There's entire peoples whose entire channel and personality is based around yelling at a screen. Not going to say any names. Danny Mata. If you know Danny, he's actually really funny. And he does effectively the same thing, but, better. And then there's people who do stitches and duets. And if you guys know TikTok, you guys know that. But basically taking a part of a video and making a whole new storyline or a whole new video, pretending to be characters. So by all means, do the videos that you want to do. But if you get to the point of monetization, you now have to learn a whole new set of rules to making content. And they can be oofed. Are we selling villain support mask for Halloween? It's kind of an iffy thing. I could, if it was modeled and I do not have the skill to do this. This is not a skill I picked up. I concentrated on learning how to edit, and I've been working on voice acting and a number of other things that I did not add. Writing, I did not add. Let me learn how to 3D model on top of all these other skills I'm trying to learn. It's not been on my to-do list. That's one of those skills that I'm comfortable paying somebody else to do the work on. But yes, if a villain support mask was made, I could print it and technically sell it. The villain support logo is 4 main colors, but it has technically 8 colors overall with the highlights and stuff like that. So a Bamboo Labs printer would be better to print it off with all colors, but it would wind up costing more. Whereas the printer I have, which if you do this, boom, the printer I used for that mask is right here. And the reason why I like it is because even though it can only do 4 colors, it can do multi-material, and it can do 4 colors. It can do multiple colors, that kind of stuff. Less waste. I use on the Bamboo Labs printer, that particular mask up there, the Deadpool Loki mask, would have taken 1 day and 16 or 17 hours to print. It took 16 hours to print on the printer, and the filament was about 310 grams, where it would have been 600 and something before adding in support material. So it's just much cheaper to print on the current printer than I'm printing. Anyways, we are here today to write out a sketch. Chris is currently busy doing the thing that I think you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That doesn't make sense to you guys. It makes sense to me and him. We can't go over it quite yet. Whiteware, hey, how you doing? So let me get into this. We're going to Loki has a new mask part 2. Now I have a framework in mind that I sent to Chris. I'm going to grab that real quick, and then we're going to talk about it. And we're going to fix the framework. That did not. Okay, that was weird. Or I can go into Notepad where I won't do all that weird stuff. And then copy that. There we go. What if Ultron attacked the Covenant because he heard there was a Vance upgrade but accidentally downloaded Cortez? We talked about this yesterday. Perfect. We talked about a version of that yesterday. My role for Sanity T is well loved. What are we doing today, Brent? The same thing. We do it. I apologize. I cannot do their voices. Have the Outer Predators ever tried hunting Ghost Rider? Yes. Yes, they have. Or at least I'm pretty confident they have. Pretty sure we did that one. So right now we're waiting on Chris to finish what he's doing, and then we're going to go over the part 2. In the meantime, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and pull up that video. We're going to give it a watch together. That way you guys have context of the video. And I'm going to wait for the train to pass, because, of course, the train would show up right as I'm about to do this. I don't know why I'm doing that. I can just... I have the video on my hard drive still. I edited the video. You guys aren't going to get captions with this. I sent to Chris for captions. Wrong one.
John?
That has become kind of a habit of, unless I feel the video doesn't need captions, I will send it on over to him so the captions are correct. I suck at captioning videos. All right. By the way, if you guys have Twitch and you guys have Prime, you can support us without it costing you a dime. Just simply have them linked and use your Twitch Prime sub. It's one of the best ways to support us without it costing you a dime. So I'm assuming Loki Deadpool mask is a variant of the Stanley Ipkiss mask from the movie. Yes. Hey, Chris, your shirt is awesome.
Thank you.
All right, so I'm going to press play. I'm going to mute my mic, and we're going to get to watch this.
Did Loki order a new mask?
I don't think so, Levi. I'm pretty sure that Stanley still has it. Why do you... What is that?
I assume it's a new mask for a new...
I'm not talking about the one in your hands, Levi. I'm talking about that one on your desk.
That's why I was asking about Loki, because I swear this looks like...
Deadpool.
Yeah, I kind of thought so too.
Burn it.
Okay, but what about all the others?
Okay. I finally got that pallet of Loki masks delivered.
If you delivered those, why are the printers making more?
Security breach contained. Not that you care.
Nappa, please tell me you did not deliver those to Deadpool. Of course not, John. I'm not stupid. Oh, okay.
Then where did you take them?
Don't worry, Levi. Okay, I sent them off to a bunch of different random universes, just like the delivery note said to.
Oh, shit.
You're muted, Levi.
Every damn time. Every time. Oh,
His video ended and I'm typing and I'm like, why isn't he talking? Why isn't he? Because he's muted.
Okay, the end of that video, the oh shit remark. I had somebody comment on Facebook. They were a long time follower. They were like, why didn't it would have been better if you had Levi and John say it at the same time? The reason why I didn't, because that was originally the way it was supposed to be, was because the only take that was good on my end was the one where I'm looking at John, and I could not refilm unless I refilmed the entire thing because I had already put the shirt in the wash and everything. So it was the best scenario, and I actually like very much how it turned out. You guys should be able to hear me now.
Yeah.
Buddy, we're doing okay. What I need to do, I pulled it out and I got it wrapped up, but I need to clear a spot on my desk where it can live. Is I need to hook this up and get it all set up again. So that I can have an icon that I constantly look at. I'm thinking, and I'm not sure where I want it on my desk, where it will show when it's muted or not. So like when I go to look and I can see, oh, and I would just press. So Rust, it's the line is very clear that it's random universes. We don't know if it's the same person. We don't know any of that. It's just random universes. And then somebody had the question of somebody wound up saying, why didn't we check the order? And I didn't answer them, but like technically speaking, it was, and we never said that it was an order from Loki or Deadpool. It's clear based on the computer that we got hacked. At that, we have things set up in a specific order.
Levi, I'm sending you a message on Discord. Don't read it now. It's for later.
It's for what?
It's for later. If you read it now, you're going to get distracted by it. Don't worry about it. It's nothing bad.
I already did that.
No, I'm sending you another one that I haven't sent yet.
Oh, okay.
When you get it, ignore it and read it later.
Okay. All right. Yeah, that's the problem. I am curious. I'm very curious. Oh my god, yeah, no, I'm not gonna read that right
Don't
now.
read that now.
You know how to get me not to read something? Send me a wall of text. Yep. I won't read that right away. Where did I get the mask? I made them. I didn't design the mask. That's been around for years. But I colored them, and I can show them off. But yeah, Chris, I've got that Google Doc opened. If you want to take a look at it, that way.
I can't find that on my end.
Stop sharing because you can share. It should be. It's in.
I found it. I found it because it was named. It was named unknown document.
I just barely updated the name. So while he's pulling that up and going to take a look at it. Countermine Don't leave the chips open on the ground. All right. Sorry. While he's pulling that up, he'll go over it. Yeah, there we go. He's doing some writing right now. So I made these. I colored them. Look at that. I can show you off. I can show them off with a little bit better. You can go to the video. You can see them very nicely. There you go. Now this one does have these eyes in the back, and that is because I was very, very lazy and didn't fix that back end. It's just kind of a whatever moment, but it also kind of fits like Deadpool just quickly painting on his own thing, haphazardly. It fits very well within Deadpool to do that. I realize I'm washed out. There we go. I'll set this over here for now. And see, that's one thing that we can discuss. Depending on where the video goes, we may discuss that. I kind of want to know because I have an idea of what part 2 should be, and based on the comments, I think. By the way, Chris, if you've seen the comments, there's a lot of people who are commenting it's going to be like a 911 operating center. It's going to be this. It's going to be that.
Absolutely. That's absolutely what it should be. But we can't just drop right into that with no context. And that's all I'm adding.
And you see, do you want to share your screen right now?
1 second.
All right. You can hear Chris writing from the drum beat. You didn't have to tell us. Because it's not your keyboard that's making the sound, it's your desk.
Yep. No, it's a keyboard.
No. Type. What we hear is the keyboard and the drum beat from the desk.
Oh, okay.
But we hear the drum more than the key clack. I believe that's just how things are set up on your end. Oh yeah, I forgot that I did that. I did that video because again, that's a one-off video, and that was a while ago. That would be pulling in some stuff. If you pull in a reference, it's got to be a really good and big reference, even when it's one of our videos. We have got to the point where we can do that. We're large enough and we've had enough videos pop and get seen far enough that like we do a reference, the vast majority of our audience will understand the reference, and the people who don't understand the reference are either new people or people who have yet to see that video, and they will be informed without us having to go inform them. If you don't know the joke, somebody else will handle it. We don't have to tell you what the joke is. So I'd have to look it up again. But if I remember right, Loki's powers were actually put into the mask as a punishment. And if Loki ever, and according to the lore of the mask, if Loki ever got a hold of the mask again, he'd be able to regain his powers and become the full chaotic god, even more so than what he was left with. If I remember the lore of the mask correctly. But again, that's kind of like dependent on where you're watching or reading it from. So if we go based on just the first movie, not the second movie and the TV series and the comic books, and the first movie is the one most people remember. It's either that or the animation. There's a handful. I'm not going to say a handful. There's a good amount of people who've seen the comics or at least heard of them, but not nearly as much as just Jim Carrey's The Mask. Oh, you're rewriting the whole. Okay, yeah, go for it.
No. I mean, I'm going through what you've got and just tweaking.
It was a very rough, like real quick, so I have no problem.
For the most part, it's great.
Yeah, the Stanley Ipkiss from the regular Mask is definitely that. And of course, the comic book came out before the movie did. And I guess originally the movie was supposed to be a much darker movie. I'm really glad they didn't go that route. It tested apparently so poorly that they remade the whole thing. I had Gannon, the person that John was yelling at in the Stitch Mask video was Wild Coyote after another Roadrunner fail. I'm gonna be honest because I know we've gotten the question of are we gonna do a video about Acme getting sued?
Probably
I'm not gonna. Yeah, okay. I was gonna be like, I'm not touching that. I am not gonna make as because I have an issue with how it's being marketed right now, but that's neither here nor there.
And honestly, I think the movie is gonna suck ass.
Yeah, so do I. Because what you have seen and how they're marketing does not make me excited for the movie. Yeah. You're still you. You're just completely mad and crazy powerful with the power of mischief God. I'm gonna share this for you guys. You can watch and type a little bit. Oh, wait, no, never mind. Gonna get to see what I get to see. Still need to do. We got another video idea that I didn't wind up doing yet, which was. In here, but not in here. Predators versus Noble 6. There it is. I'll pull that one up too. You guys get to see what I get to see. I'm just writing away, fixing what I wrote. Actually,
not. I mean, what you've got is like exactly the chaos it needs to be. I'm just trying to make it more coherent.
Especially because I'm pretty sure I have a bunch of typos and stuff. My rough drafts sometimes can be very rough, and I've had a rough draft where Chris has looked at it and like, "Do you want to send that to me later?" And I was like, "Yeah, I can do that." Sorry, I saw John's shirt say "Roll for Sanity," and I'm like, "Ha, what sanity?" Since you all made it canon for the Transformers Watch GoBots, what if the power? So I'm gonna backtrack on that. First of all, I will answer that question, but I want to backtrack super quick while we're waiting on Chris. We didn't make it canon for Transformers to watch GoBots. That is its own standalone project, and we're hoping it turns into a successful series, even though it's a parody series. It's a standalone project that we're trying. We have been wanting to try animation in this sense forever. We had an idea. It did well. This type of thing I'm really good at writing at. So we're tackling the next episode. And I already have a framework for episode 3. But before we finish or fix up episode 3, we're wanting to make sure episode 2 does well because we don't have the funds to just kind of go, yes, let's go ahead and work on episode 3. Let's go ahead and work on episode 4, so on and so forth. So it's canon in that particular world, not Transformers as a whole, not villain support, world stuff, just that particular thing. But to answer the rest of it, what if Power Rangers watched tattooed teenage alien fighters from Beverly Hills? Pardon me, because that was an actual show that got cut early. If we do a Power Rangers parody video like we do with Transformers, maybe. But currently, trying to fit that into that animation would be a rough thing to do. Years from now, do you guys see yourselves using practical effect? We use practical effects now, and I've used CGI. Go watch the Stitch series, Jeremy. Swing back. If you mean in the way that movies use them, that's money. If you mean in the way content creators use them, I'm already doing that. I have heard of the Goose Game. I've actually played it too. I meant like movies or Viva. So there's this want to make things blow up and have the money to do all kinds of things and all kinds of projects. As Chris has said, as I've stated, I love the animation side of things, and he would love to just let me do and handle that type of thing if we ever got to that point. It's one of the things that I have always been passionate about. It's one of the things that I originally wanted to go into when I was a kid trying to go to college and stuff like that. Years ago. And being able to do it now is literally living the dream that I changed/set to the side. That's really cool. It's maybe not in the way that I thought I was going to do it, but it's still like this big thing. And being in charge of it, or being in making the scripts, turning around and editing it, I'm doing a lot of things when it comes to it. I just named two, but I also do the sound effects and a bunch of other stuff. It's awesome. It's exciting. It's new. And I'm constantly learning with that. And I'm probably going to keep it. But outside of the funds. So speaking of funds, if you want to see us do bigger projects like the animation, especially the animation, go to our Patreon, patreon.com/villain support, and support us there. That is going to give us the financial freedom to do the things that we want to do in the size that we want to do eventually. Animation being the first run at it. Because we can do a lot of things with animation that we can't do with practical effects and CGI, because it costs money for me to fly down there or have him fly down here. We did. We are aware the Transformers movie is getting a re-release, and I'm really happy that we're making the Transformers stuff. And I've got a slew of other things that I want to do and I want to make. I've got a bunch of stuff I need to write. And the biggest thing that happens when you have, especially with ADHD, there's what's called decision paralysis. And I try not to have too many things on my plate at once. And it's also one of the reasons why when we go live and I'm like, hey, give me a video idea, I'm just going to film and roll with it. That is because the moment the live stream is off, I've got, 20, 30, 40 scripts. I'm trying to figure out what I want to do. I've got things at home to do. I've got, we have this project that needs to be done. We have this sponsorship that we may that I need to finish, or this affiliate that I need to do, so on and so forth. How's the animation coming? How's this project doing? and trying to shuffle them and figure out where I want to go was causing issues with me, where I wouldn't get anything completely done. I was trying to just juggle everything. And Chris noticed it a while back, and I'm getting back into the swing of things. But I still have a lot on my plate. And so I'm trying to focus on what project needs to get done. What should I make for next? I know I need to finish the stitch up. Part of the reason why I haven't touched that is it's the last one. And once I finish writing that script and I'm happy with that script and I've got it filmed, edited, and made and set out, I then have the next step of I now have to combine everything, find the plot holes, fix the plot holes, and make a cohesive hour and a half, hour-long movie, what it will be, and then put that out and promote that. And so I've got rather work on small things that I can't accomplish right now. And when I know I can focus on the script, I can focus on it. I'll probably focus on that script, honestly, later this weekend, once we have some other stuff tied down and finished. I would love to just make a schedule and be like, hey, this works. Scheduling things doesn't work for people with ADHD quite often. A lot of times what you have to do is you have to pick a set of things and then schedule that and then have another set of things. And I say schedule doesn't work. What I mean is you can't go, here's a month list of things that I have to do, or at least for my ADHD, it doesn't work like that. I have to just pick a handful of things and do them as I do them, and then the rest of my day-to-day life is scheduled. Trying to juggle multiple doctor's appointments for myself, my kids, my spouse, dental appointments, although I consider those medical appointments. Oh, yes, trust me in it. Okay. Yeah. Oh, the butt ugly Martians. Oh, man, that's a callback. You need more.
Oh, I know. That's not the end of it.
No. I meant like the Samara line. That needs to be way higher. And this is me speaking from call center experience. You need that to be in a call center our size. It would be much larger.
Oh no, just I'm not done.
Oh, okay. I like the honestly, that right there that I highlighted could definitely be the end of that. And you are boom, zoned in. I'm gonna show that off again. This is what's so lovely about having a rough idea of what I want to make, especially if it's pretty solid. And then Chris going, I know where you're going. I can totally go from. He's got 2 whole pages or almost 2 full pages. For reference, a single page of dialogue, whether it be a single person or a second person, with as long as you have the spacing between somebody talking, is roughly about a minute to a minute and 30 seconds, depending on how fast each line is said. So we're at the 2-minute going into 3-minute marker, depending on how long each line takes. You can't have multiple Levi's unless you have a pair of jeans. Did you hear what I said, Chris?
I did.
I love that side look of really.
Sometimes you walk into a pun like it's a spider web, and you go.
I walked into it. What if Levi comes from the future to talk to past self? Nah. Levi is role playing as fun. One of the reasons why I avoid the time sketches now is they don't hold unless like the bumbling time traveler. it's fun. But like the ones within lore stuff is they don't hold up over time in case you change lore or just simply you look so physically different from when you filmed it that you go, hey, this is future me, and you go in the past. Now you have to make it look completely different. You got to use makeup or stuff like that, CGI, whatever. Yeah. Have you heard of Heroes of Goo? No. The Heroes of Goo. No. Yeah. Chris wanted to say thanks. You're walking around your backyard made me remember how much I love walking around my walk, and I started doing it again. That's cool.
That's awesome.
Do you guys want to see the video I said that I decided not to post, by the way, because it just mostly it was too much time had passed. Because I was gonna post an update video, but I had hurt. I had been hurting. And I didn't wind up posting it the day that it should have posted. I didn't post it the next day because I was still in a lot of pain and I took medicine. And that medicine conked me out eventually. And then I didn't wake up in time to post it. So a lot of you are. And Chris was even like, why not post it? And I was like, eh. So when this happened, which was over, right? It's Wednesday now. It happened over the weekend. I think it was on Friday. A lot of you are aware that Chris is trying to get a little bit healthier. Some of you, I just realized I'm not sharing my screen audio. Oh. There we go. So a lot of you are aware that Chris is trying to get a little bit healthier. And what some of you might not be aware is that we pretty much are on the journey together. The biggest difference being, of course, I have hair. Can I help with that? Okay. No, the biggest difference is that I have days where I can't walk without a cane. And even though today is a bad pain day, I decided that I needed to get out and I needed to do something. I told Chris that even though I'm hurting, I'm going to go ahead and do a little bit of walking and a little bit of stretching. Mostly because I need it. And it can be really hard when you deal with chronic pain and disabilities to get up and move and do things when you hurt. Even though I kind of want to lean to the left because that's going to ease my pain a little bit, I know that I need to straighten myself out, use my muscles, and actively use the canes properly on the opposite side that's actually hurting. And I'll do that for a little while. And then because my pain's all over, I'll switch. This does a few things. One, it forces my muscles to stretch and work. But it also allows me to alleviate the pain throughout it. And so I can walk further, farther, and more often. So even though it's a bad pain day, I'm effectively out here stretching and walking. Now, I'm not going to do any more than what I just did, and I walked for only about 2 minutes. But outside of my normal day-to-day activities that I'm going to still be doing today, that's all I'm going to be able to do, because I know if I push myself too far, I'm going to make things even harder the next day. So, this is just your reminder to do the best you can, when you can, as often as you can. Y'all have an acme day, have an acme day as Proxilla, have an acme day with Rex is built to your camp, have an acme day. And remember, have an acme day simply means that's the best day you possibly can have. I know.
Yeah, you should post that.
I know. My biggest thing is if I post that and I don't want to have to explain to people like, hey, this happened a week ago. If I post that, I'm going to have to be like, hey, this happened on this day.
Nobody has to know what day it is. It's just posted tomorrow. I've got videos that I recorded a couple days ago that I haven't posted yet because I keep forgetting to do it in the morning. And then it's 2 PM and I'm like, this is going to conflict with today's videos. I'm not going to post it. I'll post it tomorrow.
Do you want to go ahead and schedule that out?
I don't have a good copy of it.
I just have the copy that I just downloaded off of there. I don't think I have a good copy either. I just downloaded off of Chris's Radis number. Okay.
Steven, that is our motto going forward. If only.
I couldn't make the sound like I wanted to. It just went right in. All right.
So this is not a final draft. This is just me kind of running with the concept and getting to the point where we can have it be another what's the word when it ends? A cliffhanger for the next episode.
Yeah.
So
and you
what universes did you send the masks to? I don't know.
Why?
The instructions said in John's handwriting, send to random universes. Do not keep track. Tee-hee. Have I ever ended instructions with tee-hee? Oh, no.
We have to find out where the mask got sent.
We hear multiple phones start ringing at once. Film Sports John. Muzan, is the mask that Tanjiro's wearing green or is it black and red? It matters a lot. No, I'm not surprised he can stretch his limbs and wield 6 katanas just like Hokushibo. Which mask is he wearing? Yeah, that means he's unkillable too. Just run for now. I'm trying to figure out what we can do. John hangs up. Nappa, start a list. Put Demon Slayer of the universe at the top. Levi.
And Static Shock. Apparently Reggie got one too.
You're going to say something to a villain from the Static Shock universe? Like, thanks, villain name. We're working on it. And then...
Actually, it should be Static. It should just be Static. Because Reggie is Static's sidekick, but wound up being his own hero later on. Okay. I'm not going to get into that. It should be Static.
Okay.
Just say thanks, Static.
The Static Shock. Apparently Reggie got one too. That's your line there.
Yeah.
Nappa's next to the whiteboard, line down the middle. Demon Slayer, Tanjiro, Static Shock, Reggie. His phone rings. He answers. It's Nappa. Hey, Megatron. Okay. Yeah, we'll call you back. He writes Transformers, Bumblebee on the board. Does the mask work for non-biological life forms?
We don't know how it works entirely. We don't know if it would work on other Transformers or not. Let it work on them because they're sentient and they're living.
Agreed. Cool. Okay. So then here's your line.
Add the Nightmare Before Christmas to add the Nightmare Before Christmas to Mask Pool. Jack Skellington.
Samara, how many calls are in queue?
806.
I'm activating my clones.
How many masks did you send out?
I don't know. How many are there in a pallet?
Fuck.
Fade out, fade back in. We see John, Levi, and Nappa all exhausted. There's phones ringing in the background. The whiteboard's completely full.
207 calls in queue.
Nappa's phone rings. Villain support this Nappa. One sec. John? What? Deadpool for you. John perks up, answers on speaker. Wade? Was that pallet of massive instructions in my handwriting from you? Tee-hee. How many masks were on the pallet? 9,603.
That means we still have over 7,000 unaccounted for.
Nappa's phone rings. This is Nappa. Uh-huh. No, don't put the mask on.
The suspense is literally killing me, Nappa. Who had that one?
The Predators. There's a Pred pool? Great.
Okay. I've got feedback to everyone else. You guys can give feedback. My feedback is I don't think you realize how many of these masks that you could probably fit, especially because his don't have this massive chin piece. It would be mostly a flat thing.
Oh, we can totally make the number bigger.
We have to make the number much larger. And when it comes to the queue, that needs to be significantly larger too, just from experience. You can have 10,000 calls in queue, and not a single bit of those calls technically are waiting on somebody. It is just a constant loop of stuff. But for everyone here, he worked in shipping and logistics. So how big of the pallet is the pallet? Because there's different size pallets, right? I know there's a standard size pallet, and I know there's warehouse pallets that don't get shipped. They're used for storage. I would assume that this isn't a shipping pallet. This is a storage pallet if it was going to be sent out the way Napa had sent it. In which case, that's moving from around the warehouse. That's a much larger warehouse. Petco, Petco had this fucking insanely big pallet. Like I had never seen. I didn't realize pallets came in different sizes until this.
Yeah, there's different sizes, but I think we should talk about a standard size pallet here.
Okay, how high stacked was it?
It depends. Are they single stacked or double stacked? You can get pallets. So the inside of a truck is typically what are the inside dimensions?
My spouse, for everyone here, before he continues, does overnight stocking. Their pallets that they get shipped to them are taller than me, and it's one pallet with just a bunch of stuff saran wrapped on it and stacked.
Right.
So I think the pallets are like as big
typically
as
about eight. Typically about 8 feet tall.
So the original Loki mask is relatively thin. It's about, I would say, the thinness of this phone case. It's curved, it's still curved, probably a little bit less. It's got but it is wood, so it's about that thick. I would say stacked in on each other. I think you could put 10,000 per. Let me get a ruler real quick. I can give you an exact number.
I think you're overestimating how many there's going to be by a lot.
Can't quite hear you once I get close to the fan. Give me a second. We don't need to be. Here's another thing. We can make a completely insane number for everyone here because, we have access to all kinds of different technology and everything. But if we do a more realistic number.
If we're talking a standard size pallet, 48 inches by 40 inches, so wide versus long, and cubed out to 110 inches high. 100 inches high. Minus 5 inches for the pallet itself. And we stacked the masks into each other. We're looking at about 25 to 2,700 per.
I was about to say 2 feet for the box depth. With let's say, assume that the box is the size of the pallet for S&Gs. It's just a simple box, whatever.
Yeah.
Every 2 feet, with the size of the mask, I would not even assume. I would roughly estimate probably about 8,500 masks every 2 feet. What would that be?
How would you fit 8,500 every 2 feet? There's no way.
Because you're stacking them by boxes.
They're each in a box?
Yeah. So instead of them being loose, they're They got stacked and ready for
Right.
ready for shipment.
I get
Right.
that. What's the dimension of the box?
I just did dimension of the pallet itself versus the box, because then you would fit multiple boxes on a pallet like you would normally do. No, the thing is that these are like the actual mask. These are not flat because they concludes a chin piece. The actual mask in the movie doesn't have this giant chin piece, and they are slightly thinner. So you think
Even
of it
so,
like
we're talking about a box that's 2 inches tall.
I said 2 feet, not 2 inches.
The box is 2 feet.
2 feet tall.
Each box is 2 feet tall.
Yeah. And
With
let's
how many
say
masks
it's the circumference
With how many
of
masks in
the
it?
pallet. Huh?
With how many masks in it?
If I were to give a rough estimate, with based on how small they are, because I've shipped things in the hundreds to thousands before, with packing, probably about 7,500 to 10,000 masks per 2 feet box. If it's the size of the pallet, you can fit a lot of stuff. Like, for instance, this phone case, when it gets mailed out, the box, let's say you have a bunch of them in a box, right? This applies to like the stickers and stuff that I buy too. You can fit about 1,000 of these in a box about that wide and about that tall.
Excuse my language. Bullshit.
You can. These, not the mask. These.
No. 1,000 of those. 1,000 of those would need to be. We're talking 1,000, right? How many of those fit lengthwise across? Use that picture as a dimension. How many fit lengthwise and widthwise?
Widthwise. Okay.
Both. Give me length and width.
Remember, they get squished.
I know.
The phone case is longer than this thing, so they probably modify the box, because that's what happens.
Just pretend it fits.
Pretend it fits.
So like go across, and then once it's off the edge, just count that as 1.
You got 9 per. They get squished. I said about that big, so that's what, 2 inches. That's not
no. I want to know.
That's not 1,000.
Levi, how many phone
I
cases
said 9.
fit? 9
like this, because they go that way, so it goes 9.
9.
Sorry, no. So 2,
9 in a layer.
4, 6, 8, and then 10. I don't know why I said 9. 10.
Okay, so 10. And how tall, how thick is the phone case, even though it's smushable?
Non-squished, it's 1/4 of an inch.
Okay.
For record, everyone here, I've gotten some big shipments in that had thousands of shit in it, that just mind-boggling how they fit that shit in there. Never goes back in.
Okay, keep in mind, non-squished.
Non-squished is not holding.
Non-squished, the box would need to be 25 inches tall to hold 1,000 of them. Because we're talking about 100 layers of 10 phone cases. Yeah, you said the box would be this thick.
Yeah.
That's like 4 inches. So if we were going to shrink this down to 4 inches, they would need to be 0.04 inches, which is
It's about the size of if you took the rubber off of this thing.
maybe, and they wouldn't smush that low. You would need a box that would be probably at least 10 to 15 inches tall to hold 1,000 of those. And now the masks don't smush.
No, they do not.
And
but that's the size of a pallet box. That's the size of a pallet. Size of a pallet is. Give me a dimension of a pallet so I can see
a
it.
standard pallet is 48 inches wide is 48 inches long by 40 inches wide.
So we got 48 inches. By 48. So 48 by 48, right?
40 by 48.
40 by 48. Okay.
The first mask eats about 3 to 4 inches of depth, and each additional one adds an additional inch as it fits, as they each fit on top of each other. Which means 10 masks is 14 inches. 13 to 14 inches.
This is only two. This is hold on. These two masks stacked. Again, they're not great. If I can get it to fucking stack properly. Aha. That's not exact. Two masks takes up about 4 inches.
4 inches tall?
Yeah.
Okay.
And again, these aren't flat because of the damn chin.
But you got 110 inches of height inside of a truck, for example. That's about the highest stacked a pallet will get. It's what's called high cubed.
Okay.
So we're losing 5 inches of that for the pallet itself. So you get 105 inches. And you lose 4 inches for the first mask. And then 1 inch for each additional mask. So we're playing with 101 inches, which means
if
you get
2 masks are 4 inches, wouldn't that be 3 and 1?
Or you're leaving 3 inches for the first mask. And then you've got 1 inch for each additional mask.
Yeah.
Right? So we're looking at 102 masks per row that goes up to 110 inches high, including the pallet height. Now, how wide is one mask?
Since this was modeled after the actual mask, it's 6.5 inches.
Okay, that's width from side to side?
You mean that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And how tall is it from chin to forehead?
How what?
How tall is it from chin to forehead?
Again, I think that was the 3 inches. Oh, that's not even perfect.
No, Levi. From chin to forehead. How long is it?
Oh, length is 9 inches.
Okay, so it's 9 inches and 6.6.
I think the mask in the movie is slightly smaller, though.
We're going off these dimensions. How wide was it again? 6.5?
Yeah.
Okay, 6.5 by 9. Okay. So if we're looking at,
we're trying to make it semi-realistic. We can add the numbers. We can pad the numbers after we've got a more realistic approach and number.
This is what I'm figuring it out. So 6.5 inches divided by 40 is you're going to get 6 masks widthwise across the pallet. And 48 divided by 9, you're going to get 5 masks lengthwise across the pallet. So you're going to get 5 times. So you're going to get 30 masks flat on the bottom of the pallet. And then you'll be able to add 101 on top of that. So 30 times 101, you'd get 3,000 masks on a pallet, high cubed at the top of a truck at best.
I have a question. Are you doing this when you pack them, or are you doing this?
Doesn't matter.
It does. Because when you do this, that's space, that 3-inch space, right? And you would crush this mask. You have to ship them like that.
Why would that not crush it?
Because unless you're giving that up.
Why would shipping it face down versus face up change the size? It doesn't change the dimensions of the mask.
Because you ship it like that versus shipping it. So this is where I need a book. You said you're in a box, so it doesn't matter. Kind of does, because the box has 4 sides. If you ship something like this, you have empty space. When you're shipping, you don't like empty space unless it's for packing.
Levi, that number is assuming they are nested into each other and just wrapped up.
Okay. That's all right.
That's 3,000 nested into each other on a single 40-inch by 48-inch dimension pallet.
Okay. Now, would it be safe to assume we're going with the standard pallet, not a warehouse pallet or anything like that? That's for travel purposes. What is the size of a warehouse pallet that's used for just traveling things?
I don't know what you mean by warehouse pallet. The standard pallet is 40 by 48 in the US. That's used in warehouses, shipping, etc. Because everyone who's touching that freight wants to know what the footprint is going to be. They have to know what that footprint's going to be in the warehouse, inside the truck, inside the delivery van that makes the final delivery to the person's house. It all has to be standardized. And if it's different, you have to let people know, because otherwise you get a truck there and he's thinking he's getting 24 pallets, but only 8 fit in the truck. You got a huge problem.
Irving, he's worked in it for what, 30 years?
I'm not that old. Jesus Christ. I didn't start when I was 10. No, I worked in logistics since 2011. So we can fit 3,000 masks onto a standard pallet if it's high cubed out, at best. Now, standard pallets are only loaded up 48 inches high. Which means we'd lose 5 inches for the pallet, so 43. And then you lose 3 more for that first mask, so 40. So you can stack it 40 high. 30 times 40. If you only stacked that high, you'd only have 1,200 masks per pallet.
I have a question for you. Yeah. How illegal is what my spouse is dealing with?
I would need to see a picture of it.
So their stuff is on a standard pallet, but it's 7 foot high, like 7 to 8 foot high, full of shit.
That fits inside of a truck. That's called high cubed.
Okay.
If you ever hear anybody in trucking talk about something being cubed out, that means it reaches to the top of the trailer. Depending on what's being shipped in, what kind of product is on the pallets?
Everything. It's a grocery store, so and it's similar to Walmart. So
yeah, and it's all plastic wrapped around. Yeah, that's totally normal. My first job was working at a Big Lots back in 1996. And I would every Thursday when delivery trucks came in, I got sent in the back to where the pallets were, and my job was to cut through the plastic and unload the material. And we would get baby food in pallets that were 8 feet high.
Yep. And
you had to be so careful because my buddy was on the other side of it. And I was cutting it, and he didn't know that, and he was cutting it. And it was heavier on my side after that happened. And I had like 80 pounds of baby food, bottle by bottle, fall on me and shatter all over me in the ground.
All right. For everyone here, this is a very important conversation because we have to turn around and we have to decide how real do we want to make this? And what is the point? Do we go, fuck it? Everyone that watches our channel knows that we have access to technology that's not.
But so here's the thing. 1,200 pallets by themselves would have been a hell of a, not 12 pallets, 1,200 masks by themselves would have been a hell of a task for Napa to go deliver and be back and be like, oh my God, I had to ship these things to 1,200 different universes.
But from a call center perspective, and I'm going to tell you for this from a call center perspective, 1,200 calls is nothing.
I've worked
in that in a couple hours.
I understand that.
So we need to be overwhelmed with the phone calls. but we also have to balance the other thing out of either A, we go with such an unrealistic number. We said pallet. We could throw in a comment of like how big was that fucking pallet.
That's getting too far.
Yeah,
You're trying really, really hard to make the number stupid big.
we don't need it to be stupid big. But if we go 10,000,
dude, us dealing with 1,200 universes that all have a Deadpool mask is more than overwhelming enough.
It is.
Now, if we say it's high cubed, and Deadpool's answer is 3,005 masks were on that pallet. That means we have over 1,000 still unaccounted for. Calls start coming in. How many calls are in queue? 806. That's just who's found them so far. We fade to black. We fade back in. Samara says 307 calls in queue at that moment that we haven't dealt with yet. Phone rings. It's Napa. It's Deadpool. We still have over 1,000 unaccounted for. This is already a ridiculously insane number for us to deal with. We don't need to be overwhelmed for days with the incoming calls. Just initially to find out who has them. And there should be some that remain unaccounted for future videos after this whole series is over. So 6 months from now, someone can find a Deadpool mask.
This is where the numbers. Everyone here, don't worry. I gotta do something. God, I hate when the numbers don't match for the two different department type things.
What do you mean two different department type things?
So the way a call center works, way your thing work can somewhat coincide, but when it's something like this, it's massively different. Like the amount of phone calls that I was required to handle in a certain set of hours is fucking nuts. Now you take a call center that has a couple hundred people versus like 1,000 people, 10,000 people. Like Teleperformance had over 10,000 people inside their call center. They had more and more, right? On average, I was required to handle a specific number, average call handle time. And I was supposed to keep things in. Depending on the department, depending on the program, that changed. Well, let's say you're taking a phone call and it was literally just things are down. I'm going to use the example of we're being overwhelmed. We would have a script. Let's say our systems are down. The amount of calls I took when the systems were down was about 100 calls an hour. I had a specific little script to do. And every phone, every person was handling that the exact same way, pulling almost the exact same numbers.
These aren't telemarketing calls.
I know.
These are account manager style calls that I took in logistics, which this whole thing is based off in the first place. Average call is going to be 5, maybe 6 minutes.
I know. And when you're dealing with certain things that's still applicable within customer service. When we're first starting out in the script, this makes sense right up to the fuck. When we fade back and we start adding in these other numbers, it no longer makes sense why we're still overwhelmed.
Why?
Because this is no longer you go, hey, fuck. The moment you activated your clones is assuming that you are activating enough people to handle a number that large. That's assuming that, like, hey, we're the only 2 people in this call center that can handle these phone calls. Well, you just activated your clones. We know that we know that there's an untold number of clones. It just boom. And yeah, that is true. But at that point, we could be overthinking it for both numbers.
No, the number that has to work is the number we can quantify which is how many of these things actually fit on a pallet. We established in the first video, it was a pallet of masks.
Yep. And Steven, that's the reason why it's a pallet of mask. So we go from there. I think we just need to change a few things up to make this work.
The number of calls doesn't need to make any sense because we've never given anyone what our average call time is. We don't even know what that is. And these are account management style calls where you're going to get a phone call in. You're going to be on that call typically for 5 to 6 minutes. You're going to make 10, 15 calls in a good hour. If you're dealing with existing customers who are calling in with a problem.
2 to 3 minutes.
In the world you come
from.
The
Even
way
a manager level call, unless it was a complaint in a thing.
Not manager level, account manager. You're getting your accounts that you manage calling in, and you're having conversations with them. We weren't gold on call time in logistics. What you're gold on is getting your freight moved and making money. If that means you're calling for only 15 minutes a day and most of your stuff is email, cool. They don't care. Some places
I feel like you think I did telemarketing exclusively, and that's not the case.
Okay. But I'm telling you the world.
Let's dial it back. Let's take a moment.
No, I need to finish what I'm saying.
Okay. I was talking to chat.
We have never given anybody what our call time metrics look like. Nobody knows. What has to make sense is the number of people can verify, which is how many would fit on a pallet, right? Sorry, I'm having a panic attack.
No, you're good. You're good. For everyone here, this is why you usually don't do too specific of numbers and shit, because it breaks down later on too. This is why, like, in Marvel, when he was doing like the time travel stuff, and everyone pointed out a bunch of different little flaws, why they dialed back some of that stuff later on, and they just like gave a basic excuse as to why things happened, was because the moment you start doing too specific of things, other things will break down that are tied to that. I think we're getting too technical on either side. As long as we're good on both in a generic form, I think that we will be good. Would Napa have actually counted the mask?
Oh, I doubt it.
Yeah. Which is I don't know how many are in there in the pallet. And then we got fuck.
If we get rid of the number of calls in queue, it just solves the whole thing.
Yeah. Instead of the 3,005, because remember, there were also more on the printers that we would hopefully have not shipped out. Make him say a Deadpool answer. Instead of him giving an answer, he'd be like, don't you know? I'm gonna counter this with, have you ever done mundane work? Are you counting every chopstick every package that you put into its spot? It's more of your brain goes on automatic and just go dip, up. Now, Would he know how many are on a pallet based on just letting him sit there and count in his head? Absolutely. Having Napa go, I wasn't paying attention, is much. And see, we could just change Napa's line to, I don't know, I wasn't paying attention. And this is good too, because then we can go and we can tighten things up and then feel how they read, put in different jokes instead of technical jargon, which is currently what we have. And then people like me and Chris, and even you guys in the chat room, will have the exact conversation that we have and argue versus enjoying the joke.
So I'm not having a panic attack. The temperature in my room got 74 and I started sweating.
Oh, okay.
74 is my is my set point for sweating.
73.8 over here right now.
God, it's still 85 degrees out at 8:30 p.m. This is insane.
91 here. I wish we had been a bigger screen when you looked over like, fuck that.
Yeah. I felt myself start sweating and I'm like, oh, I'm having a panic attack, but I'm like, my heart rate hasn't gone up. That's weird. I've got a friend who lives in Iowa whose name will go unmentioned, but he none of you know him, but he starts sweating at like 65 degrees. Like you go to his house and everyone's like, it's cold here, and he turns the temp up to like 68 and he sits there just drenched.
This particular line, I'm not changing the subject on purpose here. Can I the suspense is literally killing me, Napa. Who had that one? I think oh God.
Well, I'm not married to him. And my idea here was that Napa goes, don't put the mask on. And he goes, and he looks at you, looks at John, and we're both like, he doesn't say anything.
This right here is such a good close.
Which one?
I don't know how many are there in a pallet. Fuck. That's such a strong second closing cliffhanger. And then having this written out for possibly using as a footprint for the third makes way more sense than like if you go with the Predators, you're leaving off on the Predators have one, which is great for our channel. But if you leave it open-ended completely.
Hold up. What if we do this?
Or Deadpool for you, yeah.
Just give me 1 second. Yeah. I'm activating my clones. Napa's phone rings. Don't support this as Napa. Hold on. I gotta let the dog out of the room 1 second. He yells at John.
I like the crap ton comment. That's accurate, but we already kind of like settled on like not having the exact number.
Yeah. John answers on speaker.
No. Oh, I don't know. How many warehouses do you have? Which implies that we only know about one pallet. We don't know how many more that they did. I like that. That's a little bit better. The thing that gets me about that line about the warehouse comment, while though it's a great way to be like, hey, we only know about the one that we dealt with in our location, you immediately go into let's not talk about it.
Right. So let's
say that needs to be the no. I like the line. Get rid of this. Levi says fuck. We now have a larger problem than what we thought. Oh, I didn't see it. Just because you only knew about one pallet earlier doesn't mean that it was. I didn't see that comment, or did I? I don't know if I did.
I don't know.
It might be fun to explore. Yeah, we periodically like touched on like R&D and other departments. Now we already took care of that one pallet thing by saying how many warehouses do you have? Because it's going to be assumed that most big giant companies are going to have multiple warehouses, multiple factories, multiple everything.
Right, and we have endless factories.
Yeah. And Lexi, that's kind of the point here is we wanted it to be not necessarily infinite videos in the end about it, more along the lines of this is a bigger problem than we realize it being. And this is a great way to do that. I want to read this and see how it sounds.
All right. What universes did you send the masks to? I don't know.
Probably need to say Loki mask too, or Loki mask pool. How do we want to say that? Loki pool mask. Yeah, there we go.
What universes did you send the Loki pool masks to? I don't know.
Why?
The instructions said in John's handwriting, send to random universes. Do not keep track. Tee-hee. Napa, have I ever ended instructions to you with tee-hee? Oh, crap. No.
We have to find out where the mask got sent.
Ring, 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 ring. Don't sport. This is John. Moves on. Is the mask that Tandro is wearing green or is it black and red? It matters a lot. No, I'm not surprised to hear he can stretch his limbs and wield 6 katanas just like Kokushibo. Which mask is he wearing? Crap, that means he's unkillable too. Just run for now. I'm trying to figure out what we can do. John hangs up. Napa, start a list, put Demon Slayer Universe at the top. Levi.
Okay, thanks for letting me know. And Static Shock. Apparently Reggie got one too.
Napa is next to the whiteboard, writes Demon Slayer Tandro, Static Shock Reggie on it. His phone rings, he answers. This is Napa. Hey, Megatron. Okay. Yeah, we'll call you back. Writes Transformers Bumblebee on the board.
Add the Nightmare Before Christmas to the mask pool list. Jack Skellington.
I'm activating my clones. Nappa's phone
I don't
rings.
think we need if we're doing Jack Skellington, I apologize. If we're doing Jack Skellington, everyone knows who that is. We can just say add Jack Skellington to the list. If he's the one who got the mask. Add Jack Skellington to the list. Yep.
I'm activating my clones. Nappa's phone rings. Villain supports Nappa. John, Deadpool for you. John answers on speaker. Wade, were those your masks of note?
Hee.
How many masks did you have made?
Oh, I don't know. How many warehouses do you have? Fuck. That fuck needs to be drawn out, though.
Printing warehouses or just warehouses?
We could say warehouses. We could say printing warehouses. We could say factories.
Yeah.
If you went how many factories and had Deadpool emphasize the and warehouses do you have, that would make it even worse.
I think that what we're trying to imply there is getting muddled if we do that.
Yeah, just printing warehouses or just warehouse. I think just warehouses would be fine. I don't know. What do you guys think? Factories and warehouses, factories, printing warehouses, or printing factory. No, not printing factories, printing warehouses. This is one of those weird lines. I like the direction that this went, though.
Yeah, I agree.
We shortened it up. We made it. We heightened the game quite a lot. Factories, warehouses only. Production. Production plants. There we go. And then Levi needs to do a drawn out. Fuck.
Yeah.
I need to put that there. So we could just repeat. Let's check the video real quick. See how it's doing. But if you're good with recording, I'm good with recording.
I'm not up for recording tonight.
Okay, never mind. We'll hold off on recording.
We're at 19,000 on TikTok. 55,000 on Facebook. 4.5 hours in. 13,000 on Instagram and the YouTube.
I'm thinking Star Trek.
31,000 on YouTube.
31,000 on YouTube.
Yeah, it's doing good.
So we will film this when we film this, hopefully tomorrow, and get it out on Friday, I'm guessing.
Yep.
I've got other things that I have to work on and concentrate on too. This was awesome. And despite the fact me and Chris wound up having an argument over really the stupidest shit, it is exactly the type of argument that would have happened if we included those numbers.
Yep.
Because you have people who know things like Chris knows, and you have people who know things like I know, who would have been arguing over each of the numbers of like, no, if it was this many, they wouldn't have had a problem with this. If it was this, it would have had a problem with this. Those arguments happen. And if a video does really well, it happens. Not to mention, and we had too much technical jargon for a chunk of it, and that took away from the game.
Yeah.
So maybe while Levi is saying fuck, have Deadpool laugh. I mean, it would be fine. We could add that. Ha-ba-ba. Ha-ba-ba-ba-ba. How many lines does Deadpool have?
1, 2.
I'll ask you when we're done. Because that's only 2 lines. But we have somebody who can sound exactly like Ryan Reynolds.
Exactly like. Yeah.
I'm like, and he's trending right now.
Who, Jossum?
Not Jossum, Ryan Reynolds, because he wore a jean gray Deadpool outfit to Comic-Con.
Oh yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
What if Tomorrow has a mask? Huh? Wait a minute. Samara is cinching it. What if Tomorrow has a mask? What do you?
Who is Tomorrow?
Yeah, I don't. It comes with the product. Yeah, the arguing does. It's there's a thing. I don't remember where I saw it, but you make better comedy when you laugh during the process of making it, or something like that. I might be misquoting it horribly. Basically, got to have fun doing what you're doing.
Right.
Don't forget to add Deadpool fourth wall breaking. Not in this particular one. I think just the laugh and being on.
It's gonna be his voice. It's just gonna be his voice in this one.
Yeah. Your AI ghost Samara. I don't know how to spell it. Do you mean like no? You had it spelled correctly. I meant the tomorrow thing. Anyways, I think that's good.
Yep.
We got a good script. We got a good part 2. I need to talk to Chris and ask him stuff about Patreon and some other things. How about Poison Ivy? I think we will use the comments. In fact, I will make a note of. We don't have a transition scene, do we? We don't have the transition scene.
We don't anymore.
All right, so then we don't even have to worry about a full list of people with masks now. Napa only gets to write a couple names on there, and then afterwards, when we do a part 3, which hopefully we're able to, we do a part 3, we can show a full list if we want to, depending on how things go.
Well, I mean, a full list was going to be insane.
Well, what I would do for if we showed a shot of the whiteboard during that transition scene and there was a list of names, we would have just simply gone to the comments and pulled a bunch of the comments and wrote those down. Right.
Are people already commenting who they want to get them?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. They're like, what if this person got a mess? What if this person got a mess? Yeah. That transition is whatever you guys decided to do. No, we're not doing one now. We don't need one. This is awesome. This is very right to it. We start off with Loki pool mask. We have the title. We go right into it. It's chaos. The game gets heightened even further. And 1 and 2 take place right next to each other. 1 and 2 take place right next to each other. Are you going to wear the same shirt tomorrow?
Huh?
Are you going to wear the same? Hold on. What shirt were you wearing in that sketch?
We were both wearing the Edward shirt.
No, you were wearing the Edward shirt.
Yeah. You were wearing the Edward Trauma Edition shirt.
Was I wearing both of them? Were we wearing both of them?
Yeah. You had the one with Nina on the front. And
yeah. That means I gotta find that again. Okay.
Mine is in the laundry right now, so that's probably not going to happen.
Yeah. So we'll have to make a note to
I'll dig that out and get it ready.
Mm-hmm. I'll make an editing note on that.
All right.
Got to make a note at the top.
I'm getting a call. All right, let's wrap it up. I got to call my wife back.
Yep. We're done here. I want to thank you guys for joining. And yes, you guys can put in the suggestion group. Thank you guys for joining. I wish you all peace of mind, serenity, body, and spirit, and harmony among others. Today was Wednesday. Remember to eat. Remember to hydrate. Remember to take your meds. I'm going to go do that once I get done talking to Chris. Remember, take it one breath, one step, one day at a time. I wish you all peace. And until the winds blow your sails our way again, you all have an Acme day.
Have an Acme day is part of the villain. Having an Acme day, we're trying to build your account. Have an Acme day.
We're going to go with it. And have an Acme day simply means that the best day you possibly can have. Bye now.